Hello, this is a short video on absolute value, which occasionally shows up on the SAT. It's definitely not on every single exam, but I want to just give you the basics. So one, I would just like to talk about, let's say, what absolute value is, just so we're clear on that. If we have absolute value, and these two long bars are the indication for absolute value of 4, what that means is, let's say we have a number line, right? And this is 0 and this is 4. Absolute value of 4 is the distance from 4 to 0. And that's clearly 4, right? We go from 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. If we have negative 4, we have a similar situation. We'll put the 0 over here. We have negative 4. It's still the distance to 0, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. So whether you have a negative or a positive in the absolute value bars, the answer is still positive 4. Okay, so those are the basics. But now let's go to a problem. Now there are two equations that you need to draw from this one equation, this one absolute value equation. The first one is exactly what it looks like without the absolute value bars. And then you simply solve for x by subtracting out the 3's on both sides, and you get x equals 2. Very simple. The other one, also the absolute value, the thing in the absolute value bars always stays the same. But instead of making it equal to 5, you make it equal to negative 5. And then you subtract the 3. So still very simple algebra, but you end up with two different answers. Right? We've got positive 2 and negative 8. All right. Now, the same is true whether you have, sorry, I'm just trying to get back to my blue pen. You can have, excuse me, the same question with a inequality, and it doesn't change. Okay, you would have x plus 3 is less than 5. Excuse me. And the other one would be x plus 3. Now you're switching the inequality sign as well as the sign of the result. Okay, so that's important. We want to make sure that we're switching this and that. But then we treat it the same as any other algebraic problem. We subtract the 3's and we get x is less than 2. And we subtract the 3's and we get x is greater than negative 8. Okay, so that is the second, that's kind of the most important thing, is switching these two. Okay, now here is a little problem. Let's just draw a line here. Let's say I have seen, oh, actually, you know what? Let's go to test 1, section 4. This is an actual question I could show you, number 8. Now it says, for what value of n is the absolute value of n plus, oops, sorry. Okay. Absolute value of n minus 1 plus 1 equal to 0. All right. Now, if we look at this logically, we have something plus 1 equals 0. So this something here must be equal to negative 1, because negative 1 plus 1 equals 0. Now, the question is, can we have absolute value of n minus 1 equal to negative 1? Well, remember what I said up here, that even if what you have in the absolute value bars is negative, the answer will be positive. So this cannot exist. The answer is D. There is no such value of n. It's a bit of a trick question. Okay. Anyway, you won't see that very often on the test, but I wanted to point it out because it's a little fun question. Okay, that's all I've got for absolute value. Take care.